Hi, fire signs. My name is Michelle Kelly. Welcome to This Is Your Sign. If you've already subscribed to my channel, thank you so much. If you haven't subscribed, please like, share, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell. You'll be notified when you go into subscriptions to when I do a video, which is every single Saturday. So if you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. That would help the channel grow more, which would be greatly appreciated. And let's get into your June reading for all the Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius out there. I shuffled your cards and they jumped right out. And the first one that came out is Never Ending Story. The next one is The Tribe. Your next card is Message in a Bottle, and the next one, the last one, is The Fates, and the stars are aligning. So this is telling me that you guys have been distraught and doubting that something you were in or aren't in anymore. Like, you're doubting yourself and not trusting yourself, and because of all of that, because of whatever happened to you, and I am so sorry for whatever happened to you, because I know it was incredibly painful at the time, but it's leading you to your tribe and to your people, which, you know, I know that you guys don't think your people are out there to support you, but they really truly are. They're looking for you too. The next one is you are getting a message or messages, or you're receiving messages, but a message is going to come through that is going to show you that yes, you're on the right path. Yes, you're doing a great job. No, you're not doing it wrong. It's in the stars. It's in the fates. It's already aligned for you guys. What is meant for you is meant for you. You can't miss it. You can't screw it up, and you're not going to. I'm going to dive into the book a little bit deeper so we can get some, so I can explain it to you guys better, because I want you to have the most accurate, deep reading that you can get. But it's like self-criticism, the wounded ego, unnecessary dramas. There is a story woven through the imperfect fabric of life that tells of hurt, loss, rejection, humiliation, self-loathing, and arrogance, and all manner of suffering born under unnecessary dramas. If the old story whose refrain is that you cannot do this, you must not go there, you should not say that, lest your world come crumbling down. Today, know that none of that is actually true. The sky is not falling. The voice you hear is just a small, sacred, conditioned part of you that got stuck in a lie. Wants to protect you and needs you to be seen as a victim. Love that lost piece of you. Fear is all it knows. Distorted guidance is preventing you from being your true self. You are not your story, and the narrator is simply the voice of your fearful part, small and vulnerable, easily soothed. So you guys, this is whatever happened to you, whatever you're coming out of, and it honestly, I know it feels painful. I know it feels horrible. It's either an addiction, a relationship, workaholism, codependency. You're coming out of something that wasn't good for you, period. And chances are, not chances are, whenever this happens to you, you always think like, God, I wish I knew this sooner. And if I knew it sooner, it wouldn't hurt as bad. And it took me too long. And why didn't I figure this out faster? And it's like, you guys are figuring out it right on time. A lot of times we don't move or change until things get so incredibly painful that you can't not do anything about it. And a lot of times, even if you're not able to do anything about it, it will be done for you. So if you are in a job that is not good for you and you can't get yourself out of it, your position will be eliminated. You'll get fired. Something will happen to make you get out of it when you're not able to do that for yourself. So your ego, this is like your ego is hurt. And what is your ego? Your ego is your head. And it's there to help protect you. But eventually it starts to harm and hurt you. So I think right now, maybe your ego and your pride is wounded because you're like, why didn't I figure this out sooner? Or why didn't I do it faster? Or why didn't I do it quicker? Or why didn't I listen to myself? And this is like, hold the phone. You guys did the best you could at the time with the tools that you had. And you have been shifted, and you are still being shifted. And you know, God, angels, the divine spirit does for you what you cannot do for yourself. So if you were operating out of your head, it's because you had to, and you were protecting yourself. So this is the divine letting you know that you don't have to protect yourself as much as you think you do. And the more you start to lose that protection, the more your tribe, your people are coming in, and they're really here to support you. And you know, a lot of times, unfortunately, our family is not the most helpful. And we want them to be because they're related to us. But, you know, this is like, don't go around people that make you feel shitty about yourself. You can do that on your own for free. You don't need to pay people to do that. You don't need to work with people that do that. Like, you can do that on your own. So your tribe, your people who are meant for you are the people who are like, yes, do it, try it. You know what? If you fail, which there's no such thing as failure, the biggest failure to me is never knowing. Never knowing. Like, not, you're sorry if you did. It's when you're sorry that you didn't. And you don't want to be sorry that you didn't. And honestly, people need you guys. You guys have balls. And female or male, you guys have balls. And your fire signs, heaven or hell, go throw some shade. Go raise a little hell. You guys, that's what you're here to do. And not hide. People need to see your light. You guys, you're flames, right? You're the fire signs. You got the flames. You bring the heat. Shine your light. People need to see it. Your tribe is gonna find you, but not if you're hiding at home under your bed or scared to talk or scared to come out. But it is a process. You don't just get up one day and say, Michelle said to shine my light, and I'm just gonna shine my light. It's like baby steps. Like, what would you say to a baby? Like, to a newborn baby, you wouldn't expect it to take its own bath. You wouldn't expect it to feed itself. You wouldn't expect it to change its own diapers. You wouldn't expect it to run a marathon. Like, they can't even walk yet. So, like, it's a gradual process that you guys are in. So what the divine is telling me to tell all of you is to go easy on yourselves, guys. You can. And this is saying community, belonging, being seen and understood by others, like-minded connections, a sense of family and friendship, knowing your place in the world. This group signals a new affiliation with the group. Humans are social creatures, and we need to know we are useful to our tribes, our families, and our communities. In a tribe, everyone has an important function and feels, I matter. You need to be with the people that make you feel like you matter. You do matter, by the way. And if you don't believe it, you come back to this video and watch it again. So membership in a group provides a sense of belonging, kinship, and purpose that comes from working together for the greater fulfillment of all. Perhaps you're a part of a spiritual community or an artistic one. Perhaps you're in a learning community where you share the love of education. Regardless of its former focus, your community brings you joy. You will be inspired by it and want to contribute to it. Your contribution may be as small as showing up. Showing up is not small, by the way. That is the biggest, boldest move that you can make, is to show up. And then anything above that is a bonus. But it says, Regardless, okay, perhaps you're learning a community where you share your love of education, regardless of its form or focus. You will be inspired by it, contribute to it, want to contribute to it, maybe as small as showing up or as large as becoming its leader. No matter your position in the tribe, your presence is needed. So, you guys, if you're having a hard time finding your tribe, finding your people, you can't find them, then this is the divine telling you, you start the tribe. If there's something that you wish was available to you and it is not out there and you cannot find it, this is the divine telling you, guess what? It's your job. That's your job to start it, to create it. It doesn't mean it's going to be easy. It doesn't mean you're not going to feel like, what the hell am I doing? This doesn't mean that it's just going to go according to plan or no plan, but it means it's your job to begin it, and where it goes from that might not be any of your business. But on Facebook, it is so easy to start a group. So this is saying, if you can't find your tribe, you make the tribe, because you're meant to be the leader of it. And, not just leader, facilitator. So, but that's part of why you're here. So this is permission and affirmation. If you can't find your tribe, it's because you're meant to start the tribe. And, you know what? Fire signs, Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. I know you might not want to do it, and that's okay. You don't have to want to do it, but do it anyway. So the next one is message in a bottle, communication, a sign, a cleton. It's the ancient name for spontaneous oracle delivery innocently by the speaker, pointing the way to your highest good. So this is like somebody is going to come in and give you a message where you're like, that's what I was waiting for. Spirit sends you signs when you ask for them. When you believe, you'll receive them. And when you allow yourself to become fluent in the language of symbols, oracles, and omens, they may come to you as a bird flying by, a logo on a truck, a song on the radio. Expect confirmation that you're pointed in the right direction. Keep your ears open, for someone might just say the right thing that'll give you the answer to your query. Today's message is this: Spirit hears you, and the reply is favorable. Favorable is a yes. So there's also other signs. You might see a special bird. You might see a special plant. You might see a flower. You might see a feather. You might hear, I don't know, you look at the clock, it's 111, 222, 333. If you guys don't know what they are, look up those numbers. Those are all angel numbers. If you go online, it'll tell you when you notice the clock and it's 222, it'll tell you like you're being supported by the angels or you're on the right path. These are signs and signals that you guys are waking up to the divine, to your spirit, to yourself. And you're going to be receiving messages, and you cannot miss the messages. They will get bigger and they will get louder. So don't feel like you have to be like get out a magnifying glass and like, if you miss a sign, you'll get a second sign. And if you miss the second sign, you'll get a third sign. And if you miss a third sign, you'll get a fourth sign. So you're not going to miss it. I promise you. The next one is the fates. And this is like your destiny. You guys were meant for this. And maybe you've had some ideas in your head and you've been thinking about things, but you weren't sure which way to go or how to go. And it will be shown to you. It says fate, karma, acceptance, that there are things you cannot change, and knowing what they are. The Serenity Prayer sums up the meaning of this card. God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. And it says, there are things in your life that you have no control over, other people. The conditions brought on by the evolution of the collective, like COVID, by nature, by your past experience may be fated, preordained by spirit for the greater purpose you cannot understand in this lifetime. It might not be in your cards to understand why certain events occurred, but you can accept the mystery and work within those events and your current circumstances have to teach you. This is the wisdom contained in the Serenity Prayer. So this is like the gift of discernment, the wisdom to know the difference. You guys, you'll know the difference. You will. And it takes a long time. And this is saying, like, you might not know the purpose or the reason right at this moment why you're being guided to do this, but you are being called by the divine and by spirit, and you guys know it. I know you know it. If you're watching this video, you know you're being called. And honestly, it's one thing to get the call. It's another thing to be able to answer it. It is scary as shit. I'm telling you, I got the call. I know God is calling me to be a healer. If you are watching this video right now, you guys are light workers. You're healers. You're here to help other people heal, animals, children, whatever your worst possible thing that has ever happened to you up until now. That is your biggest gift. It does not feel like a gift as it's happening. It does not feel like a gift like after it happened, but what it gives to you is compassion and understanding for all the people that it happened to after you. And your experience is so needed for the people who it hasn't happened to yet, or it happened to and they don't know how to process it. So this is saying, dwelling in the truth. I stand in the light of the truth. You guys, you're truth tellers. You can't lie. Like, you can't deny the truth. You know this. And right now, you're standing in the light of the truth. You guys are the light workers. You are the light. You have an energy and a light about you that people want to be around. This is your gift. Another part of having this gift of being a light worker, being a healer, helping other people heal, is how to keep your light, how to keep it and help others and not harm or hurt yourself. Like, not to give it to people who they just want your energy to light their candle. You can show them where you went to get the light and what you do in order to keep your light, but it is not your job to light other people's candles and flames for them. That will suck the soul out of you. You guys know that. You know what I'm talking about when I'm saying this to you. The next one is expecting miracles. Miracles are blossoming light and blossoming in my life. So you guys, you are witnessing miracles. And you know, I used to think a miracle was, and this is like the divine has you in the palm of in God's hands. God has you in the palm of his hands. You know it. You're starting to feel it and you're starting to trust it and you're starting to believe it, but you need confirmation and affirmation like, yes, this is happening. No, you're not crazy. Feeling like you're crazy as this is happening is a normal feeling and reaction to this. Not everybody's going to be ready for what you fire signs are ready for right now. And it's because they're not meant to. You guys are meant to go through it first. And I know it feels like a lonely road and there's not that many people on it, but there's a lot more people on this road than you think. And as soon as you mention it on your phone, you're interested in reading the cards, or you're interested in mediumship, or you're interested in angels, or you want to teach something, or whatever it is, it'll start popping up on your phone anyway. But expect miracles. You guys, you are a miracle. Whatever you have survived and endured, the fact that you're even alive to talk about it is a miracle. being able to put words to this, it's part of the process, and the words do come. Right now, you might just be acknowledging that all of this is happening to you. I can assure you this: you can't make it go faster, you can't make it happen faster, and you're not going to miss it. You're not going to do it wrong. Miracles are coming. They will show up for you as you need them, and not a second sooner. My friend Avery used to say, God's never in a hurry, but he's always on time. Your miracles are going to show up every time you think, Jesus, am I on the right track? Am I doing the right thing? You will get signs. You will get breadcrumbs, just enough to keep you going. Somebody will send you a message and be like, oh my God, thank you so much for this. You've helped me so much. Or keep doing what you're doing, or asking you a question about something. Those are your small miracles that you get, that yes, you're on the right track. The time thing, the 111, 222, 333, sequence of numbers, seeing a license plate, those kind of things. The next one says, proceeding softly. My inner power grows in moments of quietude. My inner power grows in moments of quietude. So what this is letting me know, that you guys do not have a lot of alone time. And maybe you've kept yourself busy. And my part of that is nice. It's nice to be needed. It's nice to be busy. But then it's also a way to avoid yourself. And so like having some downtime, having some quiet time just to yourself, that is when your greatest ideas are. That is when the divine is going to speak to you and through you. And that is like an idea is going to come to you, or you're going to think of something. Like when you're by yourself with downtime, that is when you can allow the download to come in and come through you. And if you're not sure how to do that, you guys, I don't know if you've ever done meditation or thought about meditation. And if you think I ain't got time for that, you need it even more. But there's guided meditations on YouTube, and start off small, couple minutes, where they just kind of teach you how to breathe and how to calm yourself down. Because when this was saying proceed softly, that you need moments of quietude, this is telling me that you guys aren't taking the time to sit and be in your own skin and have some downtime and to breathe. You could try a yoga class. You could try a meditation class online if you're not sure and you're looking for direction, but there are free guided ones on YouTube too. So the next one is integrity, and it says, drop the things that offend your soul. Embrace your truth. It's your life. Let no one live it for you. So you guys, what offends your soul? I'm going to tell you, when you're around things that aren't good for you, usually you get headaches, you get stomach aches, you get anxiety, you get depression, you have an autoimmune disease that flares up, you get pain. Like usually when you're around things that aren't right for you, and you're not allowed to say, and you feel like you can't say, my God, I can't come to your party, or I don't want to do this, you will feel it in your body first. It will speak to you through your body. And eventually it gets so loud that you have to listen to it. So a lot of times it's through sickness that you're able to start to listen to your soul's calling. So I'm going to tell you, usually when you do things that are good for you, you feel lighter, freer. You usually don't doubt and second guess yourself and have to keep going over it and over it, or talking yourself into it. A lot of times those are warning signs that it is not right for you. So if you guys are always used to saying yes, you need to learn how to say no. And if you are always used to saying no, then maybe this is the time to start saying yes. But whatever way you are, all one way or all the other, if you're like a yes, 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 and you want to say no, you need to practice saying no first. And if you always say no, you need to practice saying yes first. And then eventually the two integrate, where you can do things that aren't good for you. I don't want you to ever do things that aren't good for you. I don't want you to harm or hurt yourself ever. And the divine does not want you to harm or hurt yourself ever. Ever. Not for anyone. Anyone who loves you does not want to see you hurt or harm yourself. And if they get comfort out of that, they are not well. And you can pray for that person, but you can also remove yourself from them. So this is permission to withdraw. But this is practice some quiet time, and practice listening to how your body reacts when you do things that aren't good for you. It doesn't mean like you're going to wake up tomorrow. Michelle said, listen to myself. I'm going to be able to listen to myself. You'll be able to hear it, but reacting to it is a process. So like you might get invited to a party that you don't want to go to, and you say yes, you're going to go. And then you're like, why the hell did I say yes? I don't even want to go. When you show up to a party that you don't want to be at, people feel it. Like they're not getting the best of you. You're not giving them, if you're pissed that you're there, you're like, nobody wants to be near you anyway. So like try and just be as true to yourself as you possibly can. Don't beat the shit out of yourself. The next one is friendship, and it says, be with the ones who make you shine, who love you and really care. Keep those and let others go. So this is telling me, you guys, be around the people that make you feel better about yourself, not who kick you while you're down. Like, yeah, why'd you do that? That was really smart. Like, we don't need to be around people who do that to us. You can do that on your own for free. The people who do that, and the ones who do that, I just want to let you know, it is not personal. It doesn't mean there's something wrong with you. A lot of times when people behave like that, it's because they don't feel good. It has nothing to do with you. But when you don't feel good, you take it as a personal rejection of what is wrong with me. I'm telling you, there is nothing wrong with you. You are a child of God. God don't make no junk. You are perfect in God's eyes, always. So the next one is prosperity, and it's frogs. And I love frogs. I fully rely on God. So frogs are a symbol of fully rely on God, and they're also a sign of prosperity. And it says, focus on the positive and more good will come. Give thanks for the blessings and they will multiply. Prosperity begins in the mind. So you guys, start believing that you can have what you want and what you need. You are allowed to have nice things. You're allowed to want nice things. Focus on the positive and more good will come. Give thanks for blessings and they will multiply. Prosperity begins in the mind. So this is also letting me know, maybe you guys are having a hard time of seeing what you have right now, because if you're in a situation where you don't feel good, it's very hard to focus on what you have. It's very easy to focus on what you don't have. So what I'm going to suggest for all of you, if you're having a hard time, even if you're not having a hard time, this is an amazing thing to do, is to write a gratitude list every day and put the date next to it. And I'm not talking like a huge long list, but do it with a pen and paper. Like actually write it. There is such a power in writing, and there's such a power of seeing it on paper. And even if you don't even know what you're grateful for, I'm grateful I can journal. I'm grateful that I'm documenting a gratitude list. I mean, the more you do it, the more will start to come to you. Put the date next to it. Do it when you can. If you can do it every day, it would be great. It might be the beginning of the book that you never knew you were going to write. So you guys, focus on what you have and be grateful for it. And I know you can do it. The next one is clarity, and it says, banish the fog of illusion. Open your eyes to the truth. Remember the perfection of who you are. You guys, this is, you know, you're being called by God. And it keeps saying, open your eyes to the truth. So, and it's saying, banish the fog of the illusion. The truth keeps coming up over and over and over again. You guys, the perfection of who you are is you are a child of God. You are perfect just the way you are. So what this is telling me is you guys are having a hard time forgiving yourselves right now for what you think you should have known better, for what you think you should have done better. This is, I'm going to tell you, I went on this spiritual retreat years ago, and there was this Father Bill, and oh my God, this guy was an angel. He's now in heaven. But he said, when you're in an active addiction, when you are spiritually disconnected, you are too sick to sin. And God is not holding that against you. So this is forgiveness for all of the fire signs for the month of June, that you guys, you are forgiven. And I know you're having a hard time believing it, but you are. You're perfect just the way you are. You haven't made mistakes. You have learned from everything that you've gone through and you're going through. And that's part of this process. So I just want to say to all the fire signs, Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius, you guys are doing a great job. Keep going. This is your sign signing off. If you're still watching, thank you so much, and please subscribe to my channel.